In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you why Free Smart Team in BFDI genuinely sucks. Or, well, BFDI, Teapot, whatever. I forgot which team. But whatever. Free Smart genuinely sucks. All the characters in it sucks. Match, who wasn't even in the game in order to be on Free Smart, I think, she was no better than the rest of the crew. In the beginning, she was going behind Flower's back to talk about her, saying how she was dramatic over a little bug, yet she would be screaming if the same thing happened to her. Yet there's a whole entire challenge that's like centered around killing bugs, and she's like, yuck. Like, girl, that's the same thing that happened with Flower, and you went behind her back and you went talk about her. Girls these days, y'all can't get along with each other. Next, Pencil, same thing. She was right there with Pencil was right there with Matt when she was talking about Flower, which is kind of crazy. And that's really insane how her weird actions have come on us in the future. Pencil and Match right there in BFB 1, where they're using lightning as a tool to zap any contestants that don't follow her rules. I'm sorry, but these two, Pencil and Match, are never able to fit to the world. The world has its own properties and changes, and they're just going to zap everything out of existence that doesn't follow with. I mean, come on. If you have something in life that genuinely frustrates you, you don't just zap it. You shut up and deal with it, honestly. You don't just Free Smart. No. Ice Cube, as annoying as this little bonker is. Okay. Let me just start. She, Pencil, and Book weren't taking Pin's limbs. Of course, people are justifying that now to back up Free Smart, but I think not. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. Yeah, Ice Cube sucked. Well, you know how Free Smart and all the other teams, Pencil, Match, and Ice Cube are always around Bubble. Well, in the first BFDI episode, BFDI 1A, I think it was Take the Plunge, Ice Cube was literally killing Bubble, her alliance member that would always be babied by the rest of the group. She would always be be cared about, and they would always have empathy for her later until they got tired of her and were tired of that one time Pencil or Match or whoever that was like, I'm gonna in an instant or something like that. She was gonna do something in an instant. And then Bubble was like, quote, I've been used to my life vanishing in an instant. I don't even care anymore. So Bubble went from having to being babied by the rest of the team to people just getting getting used to her. And Ice Cube, knowing that she would be a former, she would be an alliance member for Free Smart, she went and killed her in the first episode, and that was the first ever death to happen in BFDI out of the, I don't know, thousands of times Bubble has been killed. Her ally, her alliance member was the first one to kill her. left alone the first one to ever kill anybody in the show. Someone that turned out to be a little sweetheart, a little baby throughout the show. What? Okay, moving on to Bubble, because I'm tired of talking about Ice Cube. He gets on my nerves. Bubble! Okay, tell me why this messed up piece of soap components. Why did I say that? Piece of soap, literal cleaning soap, decided to go around reminding people of their crazy decisions in the past. BFB, I don't know, 14? What do you think of roleplay where Madge gets eliminated and Bubbles are like, oh my gosh, maybe what this happened because I didn't forgive her. And she starts forgiving people for what they done in the past, aka reminding them of the horrible things they did in the previous episodes / previous seasons. Which I think is pretty sick. You know? You don't just... What if your friend came up to you and said, I'm sorry for you to be... Yeah, I'm sorry. My English is not English today. I'm sorry for you being a big bonker and a big butthead for I don't know how long. I apologize. Well, I'm sorry for you being a butthead in the past, and I forgive you. Oh my goodness. You would slap the absolute knockers out of that dude if they came up to you like that. Which is why I can justify Snowball for popping her that many times in that episode. Because you don't just do that. That's stupid. Now, so the final member of Free Smart, which is the craziest member and most outrageous member. Her and Ice Cube were the main reasons for Pin losing her limbs. Again, people are trying to justify that as well. I don't see any way you can justify people taking Pin's limbs so many times, but whatever. Ruby, this obsessed freak, obsessed with cum drops, of course, and she's had a bit too many of them to see the big picture. Free Smart is a bad team, and Ruby not really being much of a fence, but still her being in this team was bad. All of these people in this team have a bad influence, and that doesn't shine a green light on her. With that being said, which is why she got eliminated in BFDIA. Well, Ruby's a little... Some people think she's bad for taking Pin's limbs. Some people think, some people think she's not really fit the way she just... Bleh. Moving on, some people just don't think she's a good character in the show anymore because Ruby is taking Pin's limbs. Others think she was fine because she's funny, and taking Pin's limbs was just revenge for all the things that she's done and her dramatizing the Ice Cube on the swing thing and holding a grudge on them. Oh, wow. Ruby hasn't done much other than that, so I can give her a little slide, but the final character on this show, or, well, on this video, would be Blook. When I tell you, this mother has done so much shenanigans in the past, which would lead to her well-deserving elimination. She should have gotten eliminated in Teapot if she hasn't already. She has poor, horrible people skills. She just... Taco didn't abandon anybody. She was stuck in a cube, which Nickel told David to stop licking, which means it wasn't her fault she was gone for so long. Oh, she would abandon us. Oh my god. It was Thor's idea to do the challenge anyway. Nickel made David stop licking so Taco would stay in there for I don't know how long. And it was you to not notice she was in there and be so selfish and act like it was her fault entirely. She tried licking herself out of the thing. Yet did that work? No. And then she comes out of that shell and does another challenge with 4 in BFB. Which again refers to the episode, What Do You Think of Roleplay in BFB? So, Taco ends up being chosen to switch teams and be the one sabotaging the other team. Book, of course, took that to be her fault once again and says she abandoned us again and starts doing all these wimpy and whiny noises. Again, it was Four's idea to do the challenge, so it's his fault. If Four and X weren't switching bodies entirely, and if Four didn't come up with that challenge, Taco would have never gone anywhere. And she, with her bonehead, has to have Gady snap her out of her nonsense for Book actually gets right. Now tell me why. All this nonsense Book is doing, why does Gady have to refer all the way back to the first words Book ever said about her being a dictionary or whatever? Why did Gady have to do all that just to prove a point? Because this bonehead was so settled on her own actions and her poor people skills that she really wasn't able to sort stuff out herself. Now that's just BFB. And that's just the stuff she did, well, locking people out of her life and accusing them of not being with her. Like, what? And then there's BFDIA. I'm not even sure to feel about Book. How she stood up for Ice Cube and misunderstanding her so many times. I get that you misunderstand people, but this would have never happened if she just kept her mouth shut and stopped speaking for people. This happened twice. This happened in BFB, where Book tried to switch teams, again with her foolishness about Taco leaving her. And, of course, Book was saying she wanted to switch teams or whatever, and she was saying, or Book was saying how she was tired of her team or whatever, and she said, quote, "I think I speak for the both of us." Well, clearly you don't, because Ice Cube stood up to you for, I don't know, the second time now, saying that she was tired of you making decisions for her. Your own ally telling you she's sick of you trying to decide things for her. I can look on Book in one side. Being able to move on from Gady, when she moved to Deepa, being able to move on from Gady, and not talk to her after Gady suggested Book find some more friends. It's crazy thinking how IC Junior is just ice cube, but melted by the hot soup as a prize. And of course, how while she's deciding to join a team after she leaves Katie, how Ice Cube, of course, shows a nice, kind little gesture showing a book that they did not want to be on team. I was just kidding about that gentle part. That was actually like a face. That's all about me ranting about how Pencil, Match, Ruby, Book, and Ice Cube and Bubble have done horrible things, and the reasons why I hate Resmart. They annoyed a crap ton of people. They have some problems with Team Woe Bunch, with Pin, and whatever. So, if you like this video, go ahead and thumbs it up. If you didn't, go ahead and thumbs it down. So I know you would like to see a video seeing all the good things Resmart has done. There's not a lot of that, but I'll see if I can do some intense digging for the next video like I did here. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!